Yo, what up? It's Roger from the Mascarilla Podcast. If you want to support the pod, grab a t-shirt or hoodie at shop.mascarilla.com. Today, we got a fucking rare episode. We got Na-Kel Smith rolling up, about to christen the masked office for the first time. He will be the first person to smoke in here.
You know how it is.
How's it feel to be the first at something?
I feel special. I appreciate y'all for making me feel special.
Well, you should, because it's rare. I wasn't even sure if there were smoke alarms in here, so I had to do a once over, and there aren't, which sort of has me sketched out. Like, why doesn't my office have smoke alarms?
Because it's California. They you know what they want you to do here.
They're like, listen, you're a record label podcast. Like, we know what you're doing in here. We're not putting fucking smoke alarms.
They was looking out. That should be annoying.
Yeah, because I was like, shit, I don't really smoke, so I was like, what do you even do? Like, do you tape the smoke alarms with, a plastic
Nah,
bag?
you just let them shits go off, and then when they start going off, you get, towels and shirts and shit, and you just start waving it in front of shit.
Smart.
That shit used to happen to me all the time in my old apartment.
Mm. There we go. It's all happening.
Uh-oh.
History's being made. So, interesting. As I was researching for the pod, one of the first things I came across was your mom was in a rap group?
Yeah.
Called Urban Prop?
Yeah, that's a fact.
When was that? How old was she?
We're gonna have to get her on the podcast to talk about it because she got all the details.
Please.
I was like I was not even born yet.
Mm.
She wasn't even pregnant with me then. But when she was pregnant with me, well, all right. So you know Freestyle Fellowship.
Yes.
All right. So Freestyle Fellowship and the Good Life and everything in Lamar Park, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was heavy in that scene.
Huh.
She had a deal. She got signed and shit. I think that's really cool that one of her songs is in the movie Bebe's Kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit is awesome. And then after that, she became a radio DJ, voice.
On what station?
Power 106.
Really?
Or Power. I don't know what the number was. Yeah.
Damn.
She know Big Boy and all that shit.
I think it was the 9 Club interview. You were talking about you want to buy her a house. Is that still the goal?
Hell yeah, but California expensive as fuck.
I know, right? It's
Yeah.
It might need to be in Arizona.
Nah. My mom don't. I want to make sure my mom is comfortable. So it's kind of wherever she want to move. I just got to make sure that I make enough money to accommodate where she, because I feel like she deserve it. So it's where do you want to live, Ma? Where's your dream house? I already know type of stuff, but I know she's gonna need a yard. I just want to put her somewhere where it's peaceful.
Yeah.
But also not too tucked away where it's you really, really need a car to go to the store and do all this shit. You just gotta do some research. Just drive around, look at good areas, and try to find shit.
Because where do you live now?
I live in Hollywood, but I hate it there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I only moved there because a lot of my friends and a lot of the skating and shit is there's a couple places you can move. Where I lived at, it wasn't nobody really around there that skated. So I had to catch long ass bus rides. Try to find a ride, try to find the closest.
And where were you living prior to that?
South LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up with a mom who was a rapper and she was a radio host? What was your childhood like? Was it,
It was filled with music. My whole life has been filled with music, but not from the perspective of me filling it with music. It was just being filled. My grandma was a blues singer.
Oh, wow.
And she did that shit. I remember she used to go to the clubs and shit, and sing. When I was little. Some nights she'd be all right, I'm going out, y'all, da da da. She'll go sing, get her some bread, we do it. And then then my uncle, Al McKibben, he was a I don't know, like he fucked with like Cuban jazz.
Hmm.
And he played with like Sammy Davis Jr. and shit.
Wow.
Some crazy shit. Yeah. So I remember him like trying to teach me how to play the piano, and he had all these like African drums and just basses, bass,
Bases. Bass
basses.
is like bass the singular or plural form of the word bass. Is there bases? Is that a word? We don't know.
Like so, how
We
you
don't
have a
know.
lot? You had a lot of bass, but that's like
Yeah.
oh yeah. So he had a lot of basses and shit. And it's crazy because he passed away, and then I went to middle school, and when I went to middle school, I got into a music class in 7th grade, and I started playing the upright bass.
I saw that,
Yeah.
and I think the internet said also the guitar.
Yeah.
Dude.
I played the guitar at elementary school.
Wow.
Because I couldn't sing good enough to get into chorus, so they had you either do chorus or recorder or guitar, and I wanted to play guitar.
Because
so I started playing acoustic.
It seems like growing up in that environment, you're just primed to play music. Was there like a pressure of like everyone in my family is a legend? I need to.
No, because I didn't really understand. Like, it's not that I didn't understand, but I just always was like, that's them, I'm me. Like, that's cool, but I'm me. Like, so, like even my dad, like me and my dad, like when I was a little kid, he used to like sit there and like make me like memorize raps with him and shit. So we got like, there's like, it's so tight. Like one day I'm probably gonna record that shit now. But before it was like an embarrassing like dad thing, like, come on, like, I don't want to do this right now. And but my dad's so serious, so it's like you kind of have to. Like if he start doing some shit, and I'm like, come on, man, no, you gonna be like, nigga, start acting like a bitch. And then I'm gonna be like, all right. Like, but that was when I was a little kid. But I always wanted to be a pro skater, so I was like, I don't want to make music. I don't want to. I'm gonna be a pro skater. Like, I don't want to make music. I don't want to do what y'all want me to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
You were like rebelling by saying, fuck it, I want to be a skateboarder.
Yeah, but music is so universal that it wasn't like too much of a rebellion, because my mom was still putting me on a good ass music, and even sometimes I might be like, all right, ma, all right, and then I'll be like, call her like a day later or something, like when I with my friends, like, hey ma, what was that song that you was listening to? It's stuck in my head, or like something. And then it put me in a position to where like I'll be hearing songs and I'll be like, oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this song. Oh, and then people be like, damn, you know this? And I'll be like, yeah, my mom. But
so what kind of music were your parents like showing you as a kid?
Well, shit, my dad, he listened to a lot of like real like hardcore hip hop. Like he put me onto like a lot of crazy shit too, like a lot of different freestyles. Like me and him used to listen to this grad freestyle. We used to listen to Lil Wayne a whole lot. Like I remember like, and it's all time periods and stuff. Like he used to listen to the Locks, and like when I was like way younger, he used to Rough Riders and the Locks, fucking Beanie Siegel. Like, you know, like some. He used to listen to a whole bunch of like different like rappers, but it was all dope. He used to put me on to so much shit. But then then my Uncle Justice, he was a DJ, like, and he had all these like dance hall records and all this shit on record though. So he used to be like fucking around with the mix, like mixing his shit.
That's so sick.
And like and I'd just be like in the house, like So because my dad was heavy, like he was heavy in the hip hop scene, like graffiti, break dancing, fucking DJing, all that shit, like rapping, everything. So it's from both sides of it too. So it's like my mom is also, and they was like, they met in like middle school, like, and was just rocking together forever, like, so between the two of them, like, cause my mom, she put me on to like so much, like, she definitely put me on to all metal and punk and ska.
Really?
And fucking blues and fucking freak beats, like just random shit, like just everything. Anything under the sun, my mom would tell she could tell you about it, or she could have a conversation about it. You feel me? Like everything.
Well, I mean, it makes sense considering she was a radio DJ.
Yeah, and she's just cool as fuck. Like
Yeah.
she just always been cool.
So you said that in middle school you started skateboarding, and like that was your outlet.
I started skating kind of like elementary school, like 5th grade. I was like 10. I got my first skateboard when I was 3 though, but like cause of my uncle, that he Kareem Campbell. So
Damn, dude, your family was plugged up.
yes, it's like I assume it's gonna be like how my kids'
Right.
future is gonna be, because it's
Right.
like a lot of family friends close by, like everything. It's
Mhm.
like I know so many people, and they got love for me, that I got love for them, and I know we all gonna be friends forever type shit. So it's like the same type of thing. Like it's crazy, but yeah. So he gave me my first skateboard and shit. Used to go to his house, and Big Mama's Pizza. Like that, they got like that big ass, like what's it, like 50.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay,
remember
okay.
he used to order that shit, like sometimes when we would go over there, and I'd be like, "Oh, he ordering a big ass pizza," like and then me and his son used to like skate off this little bunk bed type shit, like just random shit. And we would play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1,
Mm.
and he would have boxes of shoes. He was living the life that I'm living now, but when I was a little ass kid, like, and it was crazy, like, to think about that I'm living it now, like
Right.
big ass boxes of shoes. Oh, you want a skateboard? I'm gonna set you up one right here in my house. Everything you need. Of course, I tried to like fuck with it and shit, but I was 3, and then but I stuck with it. Like I stuck standing on the board, trying to push. Like went from like sitting down to standing up type shit. Then in 5th grade, I started catching a bus by myself, like from my school all the way. My house was in South LA,
Mm-hmm.
and my school was by like Universal Studios.
Okay.
So I catch the bus and the train to school, and my mom always wanted me to keep my skateboard and shit, cause she said, one, it's like, you get around faster. You look like you don't look like you on bullshit,
Mm.
like, so you can kind of stay out the way. And if you really get into it, like, you feel me, you could hit somebody with a board or something like that. She was like, my mom was crazy. My mom used to tell me about all these serial killers and shit to like make me cautious and make me take shit serious. Like, so she used to tell me about like kids, like be cautious around kids, because sometimes they be working with the serial killer, pedophiles or whatever, like to lure more kids in. So she didn't, like, I wasn't spending the night in nobody's house, nothing like that. It's funny because now I be taking shit so serious. I'm like, nigga, this means life or death, and then sometimes it don't even really be all that.
You're just like strolling, skating it down the street, and you're like, wait a minute, that could be a serial killer.
Nah, but she told me like she almost got like fucking abducted one time. She was a little girl.
Really?
Yeah. And that shit spooked. That story spooked me more than any of the stories, because I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? That's my mom. Like, I go crazy. But I was just a little kid. I mean, I wasn't even born then. She was a little kid.
Right.
But yeah, so she just told me a whole bunch of shit. She just put me up on a whole bunch of shit. And she could build a computer. Like,
Damn.
she was writing college level essays in 5th grade. Like, that's the level of genius she is.
Damn. So what's she up to now?
Being my mom.
Yeah. You ended up like skating and like hanging out on Fairfax.
Oh yeah.
So like, what age was that, and when
That
did
was
that
like,
happen?
all right, so 7th grade, I remember I had some homies, and they all used to like they used to bring their boards to school too. So then we kind of became friends. But they used to have like all the fresh SBs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a nigga named Joshua and a nigga named Bernie, and they used to always have like the fresh like Nike SBs when they came out. Oh shit, I don't know if I should say that a lot.
Why? What?
Because I'm a straight man.
Mm.
But
We can definitely
nah, we don't gotta do shit. Nigga.
Okay.
We just talking.
All right.
But yeah, so they was like, yeah, come to this store, cost a premium. They got a bowl in there, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right. Like, damn, where it's at? They like, oh, it's not even far. We about to skate there. So I call my mom from my little Metro PCS. Like, Mom, can I go? She be like, bring your ass home. I be like, fuck. Then I fucking go home and shit. And then one day I remember it was raining and like my board was fucked up. And then I used to go to a skate shop called 118 on Hollywood Boulevard when I was in elementary school. And I kind of just kept going there even after I started going to school in Hollywood because it was like kind of closer. But that shit, well, the summer before I went to middle school, it closed down.
Okay.
So between 6th and 7th grade, it closed. So then I was just out here like skate shopless. Like I didn't know where to go. Like
you didn't have like a local shop anymore.
Yeah, I just didn't know where no other skate shop was like that. Like so then they started telling me about Supreme, and then by like the second semester of 7th grade, my mom started letting me like skate up there with them. So we'll skate from Bancroft to Fairfax, like all the way down Melrose and shit. I go to Brooklyn Projects sometimes. Well, I started going there like kind of first because it was like I really started going around all the stores. Like once I got by there, I would just go from one store to the next, one store to the next. But the first reason, like the first time I ever went up there, I went with my mom and dad. They drove me in a car, and I had like a lot of the stuff that I needed for a skateboard. But I think maybe it was like I don't know if it was my birthday or something. But I was just about to go get like my shit put together or some shit like that. So we go in there and Hav is in there, and my dad and mom know Hav since he was like a little ass kid too, cause the City
crazy.
Stars.
Wow.
So then it's like a big ass like family reunion type shit. They're like, whoa, what the fuck? They like da da da, and I'm like, yeah, you always talk about Hav like this and what you. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Then I met N.A. and Curtis, and they gave me some free shoes. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then after that, my parents was comfortable with me going up there because they knew somebody knew was up there.
Right.
So then after that, I just go there, like, all the time after school. Like, I do my homework up there.
That's so crazy.
Like, just be around and go to Diamond and shit and just be over there, like, skating around the spots, just being a little kid, I guess.
Because then eventually you met like skaters that you would end up on the same teams with, but you also met Earl and Tyler like, somewhere around that time, right?
I met everybody that I skate with. I met them before we was even like Kevin lived down the street from me. The only person I met through like skating that's like that I'm on the same like on all the same. We actually got all the same sponsors down there, but is Tyshawn. I met him through like being sponsored. But
because he's from New York, so like he wasn't around, right?
Yeah, like Sean Pablo, Sage, Kevin, Aiden, like we used to skate all the time, even before like that's like back probably like when I go to like Burton and shit. Like, it was a Burton store with a ramp on the roof, and we'll go there and we'll go skate downtown and all that shit. Like I remember them when there was little, like we was all little, but yeah.
Because like Burton owned Alien, right?
Yeah. So it was a little skate shop side in the back. But then and then I met Tyler and all them too from being on Fairfax. And Tebe and fucking Travis, Jasper, and then that just introduced me to pretty much all my friends now, like Earl, just everybody like, and those was. Like, that was the first time, because I had friends, but I kind of, like, I would fall out with my friends sometimes because they'd do weird shit, and I was, like, more mature, kind of, about certain shit. So then I would, like, come in situations a lot different, and then I just would stop fucking with niggas, like, because y'all put me in a weird position, or da-da-da, so I'm not fucking with y'all no more. Like, I'm just go off by myself. So those were my first friends where I was, like, damn, like these are my friends and they accept me and I look up to them and we like and they making me laugh and like it's crazy too because at the same time like I'm going through hell like at home and shit. So it was just refreshing to be around people who could laugh and enjoy life but also like had positive goals and it just I don't know, it felt like when you find your friends that feel like home, like it felt like that.
So you said home was hell, what exactly was happening there?
A bunch of bullshit. It don't really matter that
No.
much. Everybody goes through their own personal hells in life, and yeah, it don't really matter that much.
So, like, what were those early times like on Fairfax? Because it seems like, looking back on it now, that it was like this magical, everyone happened to come together, and it was before anyone was successful, and now everyone's really successful, like, 10 years later. What were,
I think the thing is, it's like common goals bring like similar people together. So, we all from the same city, and we all looking to grow bigger than what we accustomed to and what's like the path set out for us. So, we found ourselves in like the same little hot spot, and I think that it's really dope that everybody is doing something. And I know that for me, for sure, like seeing all my homies like doing big shit, it pushed my drive, like, so I could be like, oh, this nigga doing this and this and this. Well, this is my friend, and I don't want to. You don't never want to be left behind. Like, if your friend get a car, you're going to be like, well, let me get my shit together so I can get the whip, too. So now we all got whips. Like,
and it's like, you don't want to be the one 5 years later who's like, oh, fuck, I knew all them, and now they're big, and I'm still fucking
And it's like, you got to think about
there.
it, too. Like, soon, when we all, you feel me, on the same level, we could do same level type of shit. We could go on big vacations, and you'd be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to meet you at your show in Paris, or I'm going to do this, or like, this type of shit like that. You feel me? Niggas think about that shit.
Like, I guess it was a little bit after that, but probably one of the first places a lot of people saw you outside of the skateboarding community was like your Loiter Squad. And you're in this legendary video that gets posted to Twitter all the time where you're wearing a lot of necklaces.
Yeah, candy necklaces.
Was that fun to shoot? Like, what was that all like?
I mean, shit, the bros had a TV show. What the fuck? Like, if your hoes had a TV show, and it was like some funny shit, like, I could understand if it was like some real, like a real, but it's like, it's on some funny shit. So yeah, niggas, I remember niggas would be pulling up to set and not even be involved with the shit. Like, niggas would just be pulling up to set. But, that shit was cool, man. Put a little money in my pocket. I was able to be a part of some of my friends, like, that what they was doing it. That I was proud of them for, and I was like that's, like, that shit was fire, and that shit was funny, nigga. Like, that shit was hilarious. But
it's so good, dude. That clip probably is on my timeline twice a week. It's such a meme now.
I don't even know why. Like,
it's so funny. It's so
it's
good.
Funny.
You're wearing the fucking glasses and everything.
That shit.
So
I remember
good.
I had like a see-through shirt on, kind of. I felt so weird about it. I was like, damn, like, I don't care about that other shit, but they really put me in a see-through shirt, like now I wear that shit for show. I'll wear that shit for show. First try.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because I guess it was around that same time period of when you were filming for Cherry, which was like Supreme's first video in a really long time.
I think that might have been a little bit after.
Yeah, that was
Cherry was after Loiter Squad,
right?
If I'm not mistaken.
But like, I assume you were like filming probably like a year.
I think we was probably filming more like IC2.
Okay, right.
I think we was filming more like IC2 back then.
So from like going from IC2, which is like a homie video, to filming a video for Supreme, it's almost like going from releasing a mixtape to putting out like your first major label album. Like, what was that like?
It was cool. Like, I mean, it's different. It's just totally different, because with Mikey, when we filming IC2, it's like our blood, our blood, sweat, and tears and time that we put into this is what's going to make it whatever it is. When we was filming for the Supreme video, Cherry, it was kind of like, let's go out here and get the clips, like, and it's the same type of thing, but I didn't have this, like, the same type of hand in it. Like,
right.
It was more like we skating with Bill, and Bill gonna work his magic, as to where it's like when it's me and Mikey, it's like, all right, what we doing? Oh, how you like this angle? Da 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 da. This. What song you want to use? How
Right.
you feel about it? Like it's the same. It's the same thing because it's like still filming a skate video, but it's just like the end product.
It's not like a
It's
collaborative
like,
effort.
oh, this is what it came out to be
Right.
like, and then we my bad.
Dude, no worries. So like the first time you saw Cherry was at the premiere. Like
Yeah,
in
hell
full,
yeah,
like the
hell
first
yeah.
time. But when you're filming with Mikey, you guys are
Yeah, like we
probably
watched
at
the
his
video
place, and
and
you're working on it and working on the branding, and like it's more of a collaborative effort, and like you're really in tune with it.
yeah.
Did that like change your life after that video? Because that seems like that was like the statement of like Supreme has a whole new team, and like it's their first video in forever, and
hell yeah, she changed my life. I was a pro. Well, I wasn't a pro skater, but I was like official.
right.
I see 2 days niggas was on some like, oh yeah, like he's good, da 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 da. But then like, Cherry, it was like, you're a part of a company's video. Like you're a part of that, and that video is so like monumental for skating. Like at the time,
Yeah.
even though it's not that far away, but like that's gonna go down in history still.
I mean,
like, that video.
it like influenced and shaped what skateboarding is
Everything,
now. Like everything is just
a huge part of it.
Around that time, you also recorded Trash Wing. This was like 2013, which was obviously the song on Tyler the Creator's album Wolf that had a bunch of people on it. But your verse, I think, was like the verse of the song, and it's definitely what like the fans remember. What was that like? I assume that was one of your first times in the studio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the first song I ever recorded. I think I tried to record a song one time when I was a little kid when I was fucking with my pops somewhere, but that was the first song I ever. That's the first song I ever recorded. I gotta call this nigga TJ back. Yeah, that shit was crazy because you feel me, like by Wolf, like Tyler is a rapper,
Right.
like it's like, oh no, like he go on tour, he like go crazy, like even though like I always liked his music, so he was like, I got this beat I want you to get on, or like it's a song I want you to get on, like type shit, and I was like, tell me when and where, nigga, because like I'm gonna go, like like I'm ready, like I was born ready, like so I think he sent me the beat, and I like wrote some shit, and I was like right into it, and then we went to the studio, and then I wrote some whole new shit like in the studio, and that's what was Trash Man was. I went in there, and I remember it was like Louis Lopez was in there. I'm pretty sure Lil Kevin was in there. I think Lego was in there. Like I'm pretty sure Mikey was in there. Lionel was in there. It was so many of us. It was so many of us, and I remember. The funniest part about it was that we was in there till like 4 a.m, and Louis was like, "This is the latest I ever stayed up in my life." And I remember I was dying laughing. Like I was like, "Oh my god!"
How old is he at that point where that's the latest he stayed up?
Bro, I think we both maybe like 16.
And like he was, I mean, he grew up a little skate rat, like fucking right. Like how did he not on a skate trip or something stay up until 4?
Because Louis is mellow, and he always been mellow.
Okay.
Like he not like wild, like
right.
Like he could turn up, but he's like he do the best skate tricks you ever seen. He humble, he regular, he chill out. He go to sleep, he go eat. Like he not trying to rage like. So it's like it was just funny. It was funny as hell.
So what was it like when the song was actually out and it's on an album and it's in stores and it's online and you're getting a reaction from fans that they love your verse? Like, what did that feel like for the first time?
Well, I wasn't a professional skateboarder yet at that time, so I was like, I don't give a fuck about whatever it is. Like, it did feel good. I know Schoolboy Q had tweeted part of my verse.
Huh.
Like, and I seen that, I was like, damn, nigga.
That's crazy.
What the fuck? That shit was funny as fuck. I was like, whoa,
You're like,
whoa,
oh
what?
shit. You're like, wow, this is real. This is
Hell
like
yeah.
serious.
Cause
It's
I
not just a
really be
joke.
going around like I be feeling like I'm invisible, like, cause I felt invisible for a large portion of my life. So I'm like people come up, but until people come up, I just be like, niggas don't know who I am or care like about what I gotta do or say. Like I'm just live my life and do what the fuck I do. Stay out of people's way. Stay in my lane. Do what I do. But that shit, I mean, like, it felt good. Like, that shit crazy. Like, performing at shows, niggas singing that shit, going crazy. But I remember adamantly feeling like this doesn't mean start rapping. Like, just because you on this album, because the bro looked out, like, you feel me? Like, he had an engineer in there. You feel me? Like, he's a professional. Like, don't think this your time to shine now. And in the end, I just thought, like, that would be corny anyway. Like,
because like you were also still, you weren't a professional yet, and that's the main goal.
yeah, that was
when
my
you're
main
a kid,
focus. Yeah.
and that's just, you're like, I'm not gonna be an idiot looking dumb trying to be a rapper just yet.
Exactly. I had to gain some confidence up before I could tell niggas like, nigga, I don't care what you think. I'm gonna make a song and it's gonna be hard, and I'm gonna drop the video, and so what?
Right.
And I'm gonna go skate the next day.
Because was the next verse you recorded the one on Earl's album, or was there
Yep.
anything in the middle of 2013?
Nope.
So what's the story behind that? Because that song, that verse is like one of the most like emotion filled rap verses just in general, like of the past 5 years.
That shit definitely damn, in the past 5 years.
Yeah, bro. That was 2015. It's 2020 now. Still, that verse sticks with me.
Fuck. Shit, that shit stick with me too, bro. Like, to be honest, like, so, like, everybody, Tebe talked about the story in the interview, but I pretty much, we went to the studio. It was the same type of thing as on Wolf. Tebe was like, I need you on my album, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, for sure, it's my brother. I, like, stay at this nigga house all the time, like, we hang out, like, it's my brother, so. I'm like, yeah, whatever, just let me know. Because, like I said, I'm on go, like,
right.
for whatever.
You're
like,
just ready for it.
Yeah. So, so then it's pretty much like, my bad.
No, dude, go for it, please.
That's the first blunt ever smoked in.
Yeah, I might need to actually put a lid on that cup and then frame it and put it on the wall somewhere.
All right.
I might need you to sign that cup.
I got you. It's art.
You don't have to clean that right now. It's fine.
Nah, it's just, I made the mess. I cleaned it up.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, so we in the studio. The beat was more upbeat at first. And it was like, it had like this, like, it had like a whole different bounce. And I had a little verse written. And it's crazy because, like, the first verse, the verse, this probably the lamest shit, but this shit really blew my mind. The first verse that I had, and I'm not even saying, like, I didn't even record, like, I literally just wrote that shit down. That shit was in, like, the notes of my, like, iPod, because I had a cracked iPod that was my phone for a long-ass time.
Damn.
But, that shit was, like, along the lines of Kendrick Lamar's DNA. Like, kind of like how I started my verse off. But, like, that, I always think, like, that's the lamest shit. But I believe in, like, the thought cloud. So I'm like, damn, like, that great minds think alike shit. All that shit, like, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And that shit came out, like, after.
Oh,
so I was just,
really?
Yeah, like, Kendrick Lamar's DNA came out, like, after.
Okay.
And I was like, damn. Like, I wish that I could find that fucking phone so I could, because I was just like, damn, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not saying it's like we made the same. It's not nothing like that.
But
it's just like we was close.
Was it like the same lyrics? Like
that,
I got.
It was like a similar like pocket on the other beat, but the beats was totally different. But it felt good to know, like, damn, I was almost in this lane. Like,
yeah, right?
I almost had that same little shit as Kendrick. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit
crazy.
It kind of blew my mind, bro. But so then Tebe started fucking with the beat. He like he started remaking it a little bit, and that's when it started getting to the DNA beat that is on I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. And so we in the studio, and I'm just in there smoking, chilling, and we laughing and shit. And the homie hit me up. He like, bro, he's like, bro, I just ate some ass, blah blah blah. Like, what you doing? I'm like, nigga, you got some more? He said, yeah, I got one tab left. I'm like, well, pull up to the studio, nigga, come on. So he pulled up to the studio, and like we waited for him, we chilling, he fucking with the beat, we like freestyling type shit, like regular studio shit. So Tebe making the beat. By the time the bro Amos get to the studio, the beat kind of like forming more. It's like darker tone, and he pull up. He give me the shit. I eat it, and literally like 5 minutes later, like as soon as I started to kind of feel it a little bit, the homie texted my phone, and he was like, pretty much like one of my friends, like my very first friend, my very first friend. It was they was both brothers. Not was like they are both brothers, but they lived across the street from me. So this is when I lived at my mom's house before I ever left my block, shit like that. Like I would go over to their house and we'll play video games. We'll fucking go to like the store and run around, we'll box in the yard, all kind of shit. Like we was just like we was pretty like we wasn't bad, but we was like kind of getting there. Like we was kind of getting there, but then they moved. So yeah, he was in he got shot, and he was like in the hospital for a while. So yeah, I guess like at that time, that was his time. Like, but at the same time we was in the studio, like, so I'm like, what the fuck? So then the homie called me. He like, yeah, like just right now, blah blah blah. I'm like, wow, fuck, like, so I'm tripping, and I'm just double tripping. So I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, fuck, like I don't know how to feel, huh? But so first I just was quiet. I couldn't say nothing. I was just thinking. I was like kind of crying. Then I would laugh because I was thinking about funny shit, and then also like acid be making you laugh sometimes, like, cause you feel like jittery. Like, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, my moods is like like I wasn't like having a bad trip or nothing, but I was just so like in my mind and going from this place to this place to this place to this place, and I'm like, fuck. And I called his mom, and that shit like kind of hurt, but it was like she sounded kind of, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. That shit kind of difficult. Like, but I felt like before anything, I had to do that. So that I did that. That shit was tough, but his mom is a fucking trooper. Like the shit she told me on the phone, I was just like that shit was crazy. Like, yeah. But then I sat back down. I was going through it some more, like on the same like mood swing type shit, like laughing at jokes the niggas is saying, and also like thinking, and just I was just sitting there tripping, just looking at the wall spin and breathe, and just looking at the carpet, thinking. And then I look at this nigga Tebe, and I just remember this so vividly. I looked at him, I was like kind of crying and smiling at the same time, cause like it was like my shit was like, my eyes was like watery. And I was like, bro, like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. And this nigga looked at me dead in my eyes and was like, and it's as like corny and fucking like Hallmark as this moment seems, this nigga looks at me dead in my eyes and says, right about it, bro. I'm like, so I'm like, all right.
Wow.
So then I sit down and I start like going through the thoughts, and I was fucked up at the beginning, and then I reached the end of it, and I was like, damn, it's more like touching, and I got to like express my feelings, not through anger, not through like not like through miscommunication. Like I got to literally just like from point A to point B, like lay out what I want to say to my friend, like, or what I want to say to, like, you know, how I feel about the situation. And that was like the first thing that like got me, like, when I made that song, I was like, I want to make more songs. Cause what that did for me was so much more than just like, it was just crazy.
Like it wasn't just, oh, we're having fun in the studio. This is like a spiritual experience of
Yeah,
like,
and it's like a
whoa.
connect. It's something that like I still listen to that song to this day, like, and I really like it comforts me,
Hmm.
you know. And then I also know that other people relate in different situations, and it comforts them.
Right,
And
right.
that's what really makes me like, okay, cool, not cool, but like that's important to me. You know, emotion and feeling is important to me. Those things, they
Be-
go a long way.
Because it seems like it was after that point that you decided to more seriously pursue music. Were you like,
Well, after that, I went on tour with
right,
Tebe.
right.
So we toured that album, and I was his hype man.
Hmm.
And then, like, and this time, like, I went pro on that tour.
Oh,
Like,
you were on the road when you went pro?
yeah,
What was your like pro celebration? Because like in
bro.
skateboarding, it's always
All
like a
right, so
surprise. They bring out your board. Like, what was it for you?
we're in Las Vegas, right? We drive back late night. We get back to LA at like 4 in the morning, and I'm staying at Tebe house. We pull up to Tebe house, and I see little Kevin, and I see it on the gram because little Kevin turned pro. Like, so I'm
Mm-mm.
like, oh fuck, like,
On the same day,
yeah, and I'm hot. Like, I'm on tour. Like, fuck this tour, nigga.
you're like, shit.
Like
I
my
should
little
be
brother just
skateboarding.
turned
Why
pro,
am
and like
I?
this
Oh,
is
okay.
weak. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not there. Like, and now I'm mad at everybody because I'm like, y'all really gonna turn this nigga pro? Like, while I'm not there, y'all know that this is
That's so
like,
funny.
you feel me? Like, this is my brother. Like, if anybody wanted to be here at the moment when he got this first board, like, it's me. Like, so I'm hot, low key. I'm sad and shit. I'm missing. I'm having like FOMO. Like, I'm just like, damn, niggas is going up. I can see everybody on the gram. I'm like, fuck. Like, and we on this weekend, and we in Las Vegas too. Like, you can't smoke nowhere really. Like, it's all sketchy. Like, I'm just like, man, what the fuck? And it's close too, so I'm kind of like, fuck.
Mm-mm.
Like, should I catch a flight real quick? Like, what?
Right. It's
But
like
I
a
don't got no money for all
30-minute
that, so I'm
flight.
just like, ah. So then we drive back, right? We do the show. We drive back. And then, so I see little Kevin, and little Kevin lived right around the corner too,
Mm.
from Tebe house, cause they had a house called the White House. It was Kevin Whitehouse and KB and McKenna, and and Tosh had lived there first, and that doesn't even matter. But you feel me? If niggas go here, like, I'll tell the full story.
Please,
Uh,
please, dude.
but yeah. So what the fuck you call that shit? So I see this nigga Kevin literally like laying face first on the floor. First I see people moving around because we put up in a Sprinter. So,
Okay.
and it's dark on the street. So I see niggas running around trees and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck going on over here? And I'm like, hold on, y'all see that shit? Like, I'm talking to niggas. I'm like, they like, yeah, what the fuck? And then I look, and I'm looking, and I can see like it's like a body laying on the floor. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I thought the worst. Like, I'm tripping. Then as the van pulling up, I'm like, nigga, is that little Kevin? So I hop out the van like quick as fuck, and I go pick this nigga up. I'm like, Kevin. Like, I'm like picking this nigga up, and this nigga drunk as fuck. This nigga gone, bro. Like, 'cause I was thinking something happened. I just seen all these people run behind trees. I'm seeing little Kevin on the floor. So I'm like, oh my god, nigga, this is the worst day of my life right now. So I'm like, so I picked this nigga up. I'm like, Kevin, like, what the fuck? What's good with you? Like, what you doing? Like, what's going on? And this nigga look, and he like, hey, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh my god, bro. I was like, you good? He like, yeah, I'm straight. And I'm like, all right, for sure. And I'm like, and he had a skateboard in his hand though. So I'm like, hey, my nigga, like, cause this is also too my first time seeing him since he turned pro.
Right.
So I'm like, so then I give him a big ass hug. And I'm like, nigga, you a pro, nigga. Like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, this your board? Let me see. And I grab the
No.
board, and it's my shit.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
God.
what the fuck? And then after that, like, I see the board, and I see everybody start popping out the cut, and it's the homies. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, I was ready to tear this whole shit down. Like, nigga, what the fuck? And that shit was like, so then we all went inside and like ate a little food. And mind you, it's 4 a.m. And so it's just lit, like whatever. Niggas like, we knew it, da da da. And then we had to leave to go back on tour the next day.
Oh, it
I was
wasn't the
like,
end
this
of
is
the
a
tour.
bullshit.
You were still touring.
Yeah.
So did you at least bring a couple of your new fucking pro boards on the road and like?
I might have set one up and brought it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
What's it like touring when you can't skate? Is that just
What do you mean?
like when you're touring and you're in a van?
Well, surprisingly, I be like, the only reason why I even went on tour with Tebby in the first place is because I got hurt. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna be skating, and this is a way I could get a little bread. I could go
Okay.
perform and do some shit, and I'll be kicking with the bros. And it's like, this is an experience that I've never experienced, so why not say yes, especially if I can't skate.
Right.
So I did that. So it was cool because I got better on tour. Like, I'm not like kick flipping and doing the shit. I'm walking around.
Right.
For my body, like, that's taking it easy.
And like you're not throwing yourself downstairs.
Exactly.
Right.
So, jumping into the crowd, turning up on stage, but that's just party time. Like,
Right.
Yeah. But that shit was crazy. Like, that's what really got me hyped to like make my own music, because I want to go on my own tour. Because I just really appreciated like all the love and energy that people like shared. It was really cool to meet people from all over the world that maybe they don't fuck with you and then they start, or maybe they been fucking with you and they finally get to see you and they tell you like, oh, I fuck with you for this reason and this, and it's like, oh, you got this shirt, I like this shirt, da da da, and then you can meet new people and they be like, and then you meet people, it's like, oh, like, I got some beats for you or whatever, and you hear the beats and they fire as fuck, and you like, oh shit, like, or the beats might not be fire, but you still be like I'll just still be like, hey, I fuck with your movement, like, keep going, and you gonna reach the point where you good, like, cause I wasn't supposed to be making music, and I'm getting better at it, like, even though people always tell me like stick to skate and this and that, but like a lot of people also be at my shows singing my lyrics, so
Right.
I don't know who to believe. Like,
are there any like similarities between maybe like trying a trick and writing and recording a song? Like, are like you drawing from the same part of your brain, or are they just two completely separate things?
I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it. I just know that whatever I do, whether it's make music or skate or act or fucking design shoes or clothes or whatever the fuck, I just do it as myself. Like, that's the only way I could pinpoint it. And luckily I'm not dull, so it's not like just like a one trick show. Like, it's just like, well, this nigga Vince hit me. I mean, I was talking to Vince, and he told me that everything I try to do, I succeed at. And that felt really good because I just be trying shit. Like, I wasn't like, I have a clear vision of the things that I want and how I want them, but I have no idea of where they're going to go. You know what I mean? But that feels good because it seems limitless. Like, if I'm not thinking about, like, well, I need to get a Grammy or this or this or this or anything, it feels like if I just try to be as much as myself within music as possible, then the things that people relate to, they're going to attach themselves to, and the things that people like that are unique about me, they're going to like that about me and allow me to be myself and shit like that. And it's all just going to be fun. I'm just trying to have fun, like, because life is serious as fuck. But
yes. I mean, that like reminds me of one of the lines from mid-90s. It's like the most poignant line in the whole movie, and it's your line. And I forget exactly what it is, but it's something to the effect of, like, it's cool to try. Like, you're not cool by not trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
And, like, that seems like how you happen to also live your
Hell
life.
yeah. Also too, like it's crazy because I'm also a part of a side of skating that's like very like cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't not saying on some like it's cool, like it's sick. It's like, there's like a light that shines on Supreme and all these kids where it's like, oh, those are the cool kids. Like
Right.
they don't want to do this or they don't give a fuck about anything like that. But I was, cause I just people be talking shit, big shit. People be talking big shit.
Where? Like on Instagram or like where? Like,
I mean, niggas be talking big shit everywhere. Companies,
oh, okay,
fucking
okay.
the van, you feel me? The word get around.
Like all of a sudden you'll hear a rumor that so and so said that you're whack and you
Yeah, or
shouldn't be rapping
niggas
or
be.
something.
I mean, nobody can say shit to me now because ain't nobody gonna say shit to me.
Right.
Like, so until a nigga come up and say some shit to me, but because niggas know me, like, it's not like I'm somebody trying to like everybody know who I am, and they I be feeling like some people just feel like if anybody is to do it, it would be me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but yeah, but I made it that way. I didn't like put myself in a box.
Right.
I always made sure that I was over here and over there and over there and over there.
So how did the mid '90s thing happen? Because obviously, Illegal Civ were what he like co-directed and cast Mikey.
Yeah, co-produced.
So like, what was the first time that you heard of like, hey, Jonah Hill is doing a movie and they're thinking of you? Like,
Through
what?
Mikey. But I don't think it was like a they're thinking of you thing. Mikey just said, yo, I'm doing this thing with Jonah. Like, he's working on a skate movie. I'm going to start helping him out. And I was like, that's dope. Congratulations. Because at first it was like, it was his, like, it was just some, like, we just talked because we friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't off
Right,
top, like,
right.
you got to be a part. Like, he was just like, this is what I'm doing. Like, you wouldn't believe this shit. Because we discuss everything. All my friends, we all discuss our goals and shit. So when something start happening, you like, I'm proud of you, bro, because this is what you wanted. Like, keep going. Like, she put in the work. So it was like that type of thing at first, and then it got around to like the casting time. He was like, I'm gonna get all the bros auditions, and then he was like, like I think it'd be good for this role. Like, we got to get you in here somewhere, And I'm like, we also filming Cherry too. So I'm like,
oh, that was the same time.
so I'm like,
Wow.
whether if I do it, that'll be cool. But if I don't, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I need to be skating. So he got me the audition, and then we like he like sent me the script and shit, and we like went over it, like, and then he was like, all right, for sure, like, bro, like you kill it, like, cause me and him would just read, like, and then yeah, I had the audition, and then shit, we turned up.
So how long were there multiple, like, did you have to go back and read again, or like how long until you got the
It was
call?
like a 1 day thing. Like,
and
we kicked it with Jonah one day, and then we went to like an audition where it was like, you audition and then you stay out, and then you go in with some people, and then they might take another person out, bring another person in, and keep like, there was like kind of arranging the group at the same audition. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure they knew Sonny was gonna be Stevie, and then they kind of, I don't know if he was even there, if they brought him in to read with us, but it was like me, and then like just different people would come in the room.
So were there any other people reading for the part that you got? Like, was there a competition, or was it just you from the beginning? It was like your part to lose, or?
I think they was just auditioning skaters to see who could fit where.
Oh, okay.
Rather than like, we know, because I know that before I was auditioning for like fuck shit role.
Oh,
but
interesting.
But then they like, it was because fuck shit kind of had like it was a mixture, and then they split the character like, so it was.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was just like some molding and shit. Like,
yeah.
It was being built. It was still in the process of being built during the casting, and it built out more once they seen like all of us.
when you heard you got the role, were you nervous? Like, what did you take acting classes? Like, what happened
Nah, I
after
ain't take no
that?
acting classes. No, I was tripping, nigga. Like, I was about to be in a movie. But I mean, the whole time I was just like, fuck, I got to make sure I do a good job and I make sure it's shit not corny because I know all my skate peers is going to just laugh at me if it's weak. Like, so I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, should I be filming for Cherry and not doing this?
Right.
I mean, not Cherry, Blessed.
Oh, okay, blessed. Okay, right.
Like, am I tripping taking this time off? And I'm like, nah, I'll be straight. Like, it's only this long. Da, da, da. And I'm like, fuck, like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know. But the only thing I ever think about when shit like this happens is I got to do the best that I could do. I got to give it my all. I can't have no, like, it's just full force ahead. Like, you can't just be on some fucking, can't be on no weak shit.
I saw the film in theaters. I loved it. And I remember walking out of the theater and random people that I was walking out with were speaking about you. And they were like, how'd they get that actor so good at skateboarding? I was like, they don't even know what they're talking
That's
about.
tight.
Like, but that's crazy that they thought, that, like, wow,
Yeah, a lot
he
of
killed the
people think that.
performance.
A lot of people don't even know that I'm a skater. They just know me from mid-90s.
That's crazy. I assume you're going to be acting in the future.
Yeah. I just want to find the right roles because I don't know, it was important to me. Like, at the premiere of mid-90s, my grandma came up to me and she was like, I'm proud of you for being in the movie, but, like, I'm also proud of the character that you portrayed in the movie. So when she said that, I was kind of like, damn, now I just can't do no fuck shit. Like, no pun intended.
Right.
But, like, I can't do no wild shit because it's, like, my grandma watching, like, and it just got to make sense. Like, it's, shit just got to make sense. I don't want to do no corny-ass movie. Like, I'm not, like, a corny type of person. I want to make sure if I do some shit, it's lit. Like, some shit that I like. Even if I play a bad guy or a villain, I kind of want to do that too because I played a good guy. Like, I played a good guy in mid-90s, so I kind of want to play a bad guy now.
Just play like a villain?
Superhero.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot of people were asking this question on Instagram and Twitter. We can cut it if you don't want to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Like, what? You don't need to give the full story, but like Jonah Hill, there was a falling out. Is that cool now? Is that still?
I have no idea. I mean, like, that's Mikey business and Jonah business. You feel me? I got love for both of them.
Okay.
You feel me? So it's never. I don't even know. Like, I just know that they both. Mikey, that's my brother, like, from forever. So I got so much love for him. And then Jonah, he done helped me out through, like, a whole bunch of shit, like, during filming of the movie and shit. And just, like, chopping it up and giving me, like, different tips and advice on certain things. So, I appreciate him, too. So I'm like, I hope that they can figure out whatever they got going on. If there's something going on. If it's not, I don't fucking know. But I focus on Nakel.
Tight.
I try my best to just focus on Nakel and the people around me that I have to, like, do stuff for.
Smart.
And that I want to do stuff with, like.
So around this time, your skateboarding career is taking off. You ride for the coolest brands. You have pro model shoes. You're in a movie. But then also, it seems like it's when you decide to put out the most music, and you put out a lot of songs, but also 2019 in January of 2019.
Yeah.
What was it like? Why did you decide to finally put out a full project instead of just a random song? And what was that process like?
All right, well, so pretty much a huge part of the time, like, after I got off tour with Tebe, I was like, damn, I want to go back on tour again and experience this. But how? Because I'm not going to tell him, like, what's up, bro, take me on tour again. Like, that's lame. Like, so I was just like, how am I going to work this? How can I do this in a way where it's like, how can I make it work for myself? How can I put this together? So then I just started thinking so much. Like, I remember I was in Paris, and I was like, damn. I think this is when I started learning that niggas how much like niggas was getting paid for shows like random. Like,
That's a
niggas
lot
could
of
really
money.
get 10 bands for a show,
Yeah.
and I be in all the cities. So imagine if I went on
Right.
tour and got 10 bands a show, but I was out on a skate trip. Like,
Huh.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing both my jobs. So I'm like,
You're just really maximizing your time.
yeah, like it's like so I'm just like, how can I make this work? Like, well, first I gotta make my own music, and also too, like I was already like after DNA, I kind of just wanted to make music anyway. Like I was just like, damn, that shit was fire rapping. Like I'm listening to music, different beats. Like I'm trying to like freestyle, get my bars right, my flows tight, like shit like that. So, so yeah, I just kept that shit going.
So what like producers did you work with on that first project? Like what was that process like for you finding collaborators?
That was well, all right. So 2019 was literally like that was the first music that I made that I was like, okay, this stuff could come out. Like this shit is shit that I really fuck with, even though it got some flaws on there. Like I hate the song "Shake." I hate that song.
Really? Why?
Yeah, it's just too repetitive and it's just so like horny and gross. Like I'm just like. I'm just like I wish I could take that one off and replace it with some other shit, like something with a better bounce, like, but, but yeah. So that was just all Narco Wave, like, Young God, Purple K, Perps is on there, Sci-Fire, McCoy. Who else is on there? On the production side, because I ain't had no features, but I'm pretty sure it's just Dro made a beat on there.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it, I think.
Did you feel pressure of this is my first project coming out? It's almost like my first video part, or at this point we were like, fuck it, I'm a professional skateboarder and I'm a movie star and I can put out a mixtape.
I felt like the second one.
Okay, good.
I was like,
good to hear.
I mean, because once I was in the movie, I was like, well, that's as like commercial as you could go.
Right.
And ain't nobody turned on me yet. So now I don't give a fuck. Like, it like, yeah. And then it's all a part of my plan too. Like I have a very thought out plan that I'm trying to stick to. So hopefully not even hopefully, if I stick to the plan, it'll work.
Yeah, like it seems like going through your story, you've always had these grandiose ideas and goals, and you've achieved them one by one.
Hell yeah.
It is like there anything else on the list of things you want to do? Yeah.
I wanna get into writing, directing. I wanna like put together more music videos and really I think my main goals right now is like to open up my network of like friends and like creative people so that I could work with like different, like just like open up my world and go out and try to use my platform to put other people in a position to grow, like people that I fuck with that I think have a good vision or eye, or people that I see that are trying. I want to work with a lot of people and just try to push this whole thing. You know, I'm trying to get into like understanding like how to do all this music shit from like the more like independent side of it.
Right.
'Cause like I don't got no like deal or nothing, like, so it's like I could drop a song every day right now and I could do whatever the fuck I want. So I want to like take advantage of that time
and like figure out the best approach of like how frequently should I be releasing music and what should I be doing, who should I be working with.
I'm trying to do a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Like, cause that shit is fun and that's how you connect with people and just travel and make new friends and shit. Cause I don't want to live like a closed off life. I think that shit is like draining, and that's what makes people like bitter, makes people feel like they missed out on life, is because you close your life off all your life, and now you wondering why you are confined to like only this small amount of stuff that you know.
Right.
I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to get better at being a human being and being like patient and more like even tempered and getting my life together as far as like setting it up to where I don't even think it's like a game. It's like it's a mindset. It's a mindset that I see a lot of my friends that went from not having no money to having money.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a sense like it's carefree. I'm
Right.
trying to get to that point to where it's just like, oh, it's okay. I'll handle it. I'll go take care of it immediately. It's not like, cause I'm so used to being like, fuck, we can't do this till this, like the hustle of it. So I'm trying to like live life from the side of like, I'm comfortable. I could do this. I cannot. I shouldn't do that. I'm trying to be more smart with my money. Trying to be more smart with my business decisions. I'm trying to like really just dig deeper into my craft and learn how to make the best shit that I can make, and build that shit up, build it all up. Trying to get the leverage so that I could have like a bigger say in the type of things that goes on over at Adidas or over when it's even bigger than just like sponsorship deals, and it's like now we working with like real global brands and shit like that, or even not even working with global brands but just creating homegrown brands, and not brands as far as clothing but just like as anything, just getting people together. I'm trying to bring people together so that we can have fun and I can see smiles and give hugs and share like life experiences with people.
It's so interesting because, and correct me if I'm wrong, skateboarding at its foundation is this rebellion, anti-establishment, anything goes punk rock thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in reality it's a rigid box, and if you do anything outside of the box, you're whack or it's corny or why is he doing this? But you've just lived your life so far of like, fuck it, I'm gonna do everything and anything, and I don't give a shit about the box.
Hell yeah, because if a nigga talk too much shit, he gonna get squabbled down, and niggas don't ever want to fight. Like, they don't never want to fight. They want to be regular. They want to be friends. They want to talk that shit until you like, okay, cool. Next time I see you, it's this. Or when you get in somebody's face and you like, huh? Then they like, no, I'm just saying, like,
Right,
it's chill.
right.
Like, I'm just, yeah. Keep it that way. If you gonna come with hate, come all the way with it.
Do you think that skateboarding is as free as people make it seem in the skateboarding world, or is it more confined to?
I'm a soul skater now, so I used to really give a fuck about like the politics of skating and trying to like make sure that I did the right things, this and that. But that shit sucked all the life out of it for me. So now I'm like, cause you look towards like, you look towards the wrong people, like all of these people fuck with you for being you and skating how you skate. So just go do that. Like, go have fun with it again. Like, when you take it back to why you started,
Right.
type shit. That's how I feel about skating, and it works so much better. Like, cause I'll be in my head at the skate park like thinking too much, or like in the streets thinking too much, and then it's like you don't get no clips like that. You don't have a good skate day like that. But then when them days when you with your friends and you laughing and you forget like, oh shit, I really do get paid to do this shit. Like,
Right.
and it's fun. Like, when it don't feel like a job. That's the point that I'm at now. So I don't really stress stuff too much. I try to take my time with myself because I'm not on the same timeline as everybody else, on the same schedule. Some people be better at certain tricks. Some people like everything is different. Like, so it's like just be yourself with it. That's what I had to realize though, because really and truthfully, like you see like the way shit goes down. It makes you think like, damn, like it's weird. Like the politics is weird. Like,
Yeah.
as just in any industry.
But like, I can't think of another example as extreme of skateboarding of like, if you make a wrong move, then you're kind of like cast off and like, oh, he's a whack skater. Or it's like, if you do, like, if you're wearing the wrong T-shirt And if you fucking do the wrong trick at the wrong spot, then it's like, oh, like he's off over here with like the weirdos now.
Yeah, I feel like that just happens though. Like people always pick somebody to pick on.
Right.
Somebody got to be whack for another nigga to be cool.
Right. True. True.
Everybody just doing what the fuck they do, the best that they can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, excuse me. Only thing that I think is whack is when people be acting like bitches. Like, if you put yourself on a pedestal above another person, that's some weird shit. So, anybody who I see, or if I know people who go through certain shit with certain people, then that's what makes me think like, he one of these type of people. Like that's lame.
Right.
Like, but for the most part, I give everybody a chance. You know. But then if you start doing some weird shit, then I'll be like, all right, let me. See, I knew I should be over here fucking with y'all, man. 'Cause y'all be on that weird shit. That's how I be feeling.
That's funny. So, you closed out last year with another project, 3019, a 7-song project, and I got some inside info. Apparently, right now you're recording an EP with producer Nedarb.
Yeah, hell yeah! I got so many tapes right now loaded up.
Yeah.
I was supposed to drop a tape on Valentine's Day called "Knocking the Boots."
Mm-hmm. What happened there? Why didn't you do it?
I'm trying to figure out like how to drop it because it's like personal and it's like I know that, like the title sound funny and shit, but like the songs are from a very like intimate time in my life. So I just want to make sure that like I want to put it out and have it get the respect that it deserves. Or,
okay.
You know, make it just nice. Like film videos for every, like not every song, but like just the songs that I like. I want to film videos for the songs that I have a vision for to have a video. Get the cover art right.
Right. Because I would assume it's easier to find like a skate filmer to film a trick than it is to like find a music video director and like set up a whole shoot. And
you know, like it's just crazy because like I don't have no crazy budget for this shit because all my money, like, I take care of my family and my life. So to put the budget behind yourself to do all this shit in the first place, that shit be getting pricey. You feel me? Like you looking like damn, nigga, I didn't spend $6 on a video. Like what the fuck? And it's if on some like on a low budget type of side, like kind of. So I'm trying to figure out like we're not low budget, but like low budget, but with more than just like point the camera at me type shit.
Yeah.
Like, so now I'm just like, all right, let me just film the videos that I could film, like, cause I feel like every song deserves a certain type of video, like, so there's some songs that work, like me and Loopers got a video that's finna drop for a song that we made, and it like the videos is some regular shit, like it's tight cause we was at a Hook show.
Oh, yeah. Sick! I fucking love Hook.
Hell yeah, me too. But fucking.
Is A Dream No Longer Deferred? Is that your label that you're putting this music out on, or what is
The Dream
that?
No Longer Deferred is just me.
Oh wow!
Like it's me, it's you, it's everybody. Because that's what it is. At some point, it's a dream no longer deferred.
Is that something that you wanna like expand on and eventually maybe get some money behind, either sign artists, or is that just your own personal project? That's how you release your music.
That's how I release my music, but even more than anything, like even before it being a label for anything, it's really just a way of life. Like, and I know that sounds like crazy because like the shit say a dream no longer deferred records at the bottom of the shit, or like the shirt might say a dream no longer deferred, or the chain might say a dream no longer deferred. But like, that's something I feel like to live by because, you know, you can't waste time, you know, thinking about shit. You can't put shit off all the time. Like, oh, you know, I do that someday. Like, cause all them some days gonna add up, and now you look back and you like, God damn, like, I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. Like, so you gotta stop procrastinating and hop on your shit.
What do you got planned for the rest of the year? Are there any things coming down the pipeline?
I got some festival shows. Veil, that one is the one. That shit, I just announced that shit today. Finna perform there in Toronto, Canada. I've been in a position right now. I got like so many different songs that all sound in the same, like they all from the same planet. So I'm just trying to get all those planets in order so that I could, have that shit loaded up, like, and then I could skate again. Like, so yeah, I just care about skating and making music really, and putting myself in a position to like work on my plans for 2021. Yeah.
Well, sick, man. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, thank you for having me. I'm hyped.
Of course, dude.
That shit was so funny when you tweeted me. I was like,
so quick little backstory here. I tweeted you like 12 hours ago. No, 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I even forget what the tweet was. It was like, I got so much shit to say. Something.
No, I said, you know how niggas be saying, oh, you need a TV show? I really do need a TV show.
I was like, hey, come on the pod.
Yep. And I asked the people, and everybody said yeah. And then they hit me, was like, you feel me? It's good people, you should do it. And I was like,
shout out, Ned, for sure. Man. Thank you once again, Ned. That's the common theme for me. And the podcast is thanks to Ned for helping set another one up.
Hey, thank you, Ned.
Thank you, Ned.